This week, we're in Nogales, Arizona. As part of our continuing coverage of the border, we're looking at factors that drive the steady rise of asylum seekers and the ripple effect felt at ports of entries across the state. That includes hearing from Arizona's new head of ports about those challenges. First, some key figures to keep in mind. According to Customs and Border Protection, more than 1,000 officers and support staff work at the state's 8 international ports of entry at the border and in airports. About 25 million crossings occur at the border annually. Goods worth more than $20 billion in international trade also pass through. Ports in Nogales see the most traffic. During the busy season for produce shipments, workers at the Mariposa Port of Entry can process around 1,600 trucks a day. It's here we met with Guadalupe Ramirez, who became the director of field operations in Arizona last month. Guadalupe, you've been working in customs for more than 30 years. How important are things like infrastructure, for example, here in Mariposa?
Oh, it's critical. I mean, when you look at what happened here when we went from 4 cargo lanes to 8, from 4 passenger lanes to 12, plus a separate bus processing area, what it allows us to do as far as facilitating travel and trade, plus our enforcement operations, we're able to install new equipment, new technology. That technology really frees up the officer to conduct their inspections in a much faster and much more efficient and effective manner. When I started, you had to type in every license plate, and that's pretty much all you had. And today, as the travelers move forward, all that information is pretty much picked up electronically. And even though it seems like we're taking time, really it's about 1.5 minutes average that a car sits on primary. The trucks coming in, if they're not inspected, it's just minutes from gate to gate. And all that is because of our ability to get, especially in the cargo environment, that advanced information, be able to process that and target the high-risk shipments before they even arrive. And that's what new facilities allow you to have more throughput, faster, and keep that enforcement balance.
Customs officers fill many roles, from overseeing traffic at the ports to inspecting tons of cargo each day. Officers need a keen eye to flag produce that may contain harmful pests, counterfeit accessories, and drugs hidden in everyday items. What does it tell you when the smugglers continue to try to push loads through ports of entry when they know that you guys have so many pieces of technology and people who are here to find it?
Well, it's a business, and there's a lot of profit in the product that they're moving, and there's a high demand for it in the United States. The demand is there, and as long as the demand is here, they're going to find ways to move their product. And they have a lot of time and money to spend on taking legitimate products and putting narcotics in them. It was a shipment that when it arrived, it looked like a regular shipment of Coke bottles. But it's paint. It's paint on the inside. And so you have a whole shipment of Coca-Cola. But when you took a closer look at it, it really wasn't, it was only paint on the tops, nothing on the bottom. So all the narcotics was underneath.
That looks very similar to what you buy in the store.
Right? And that's what they go for. And the same thing with fire extinguishers inside the cabs of trucks. That one had heroin in it. The oil filters, the batteries. They'll put a smaller battery, just enough to crank the engine, and they'll use the rest of the battery for narcotics. These cans that you would think that they're sealed professionally at a factory or whatever, they had been compromised, narcotics in there and resealed. So they take their time, they study our operations, and like I said, they're very creative.
Out of more than 300 ports across the country, ports in Nogales have the 3rd highest seizure rates for meth and opioids. Nogales Port Director Mike Humphreys explained how officers make daily busts, everything from marijuana to heroin, cocaine, and fentanyl, trafficked in vehicles and on people.
Beyond primary, when a vehicle gets released, we have our more layered enforcement where we have canine teams. We have our enforcement officers that get a second and third look at a car. We have our low energy x-ray that vehicles may go through. So we're trying to get 4 or 5 looks at each car.
Not only are your officers monitoring what is headed northbound, they're also keeping an eye on things southbound. Just this week we saw a load involving guns and money. How frequently does that happen?
Not as often as we'd like. Again, we have to prioritize. We do go to our outbound lanes. We're not there 24/7 as we'd like to be. We are still short-staffed in Arizona and in Nogales. So again, we have to balance everything we do. We do some outbound, but we're not doing it all the time.
And for people who don't understand how this works, but whatever ends up making its way north into the United States, it gets paid for and then it has to come back.
Correct. Drugs northbound, money, ammunition, firearms southbound. There's also stolen vehicles. There's people fleeing from law enforcement because they have warrants for their arrest or they just got ID'd. We've captured people with warrants for murder, for example, trying to get out of the country. So we have to be on the lookout for all of that. Last year at the Port of Nogales, we arrested, I believe it's a little over 400 with felony warrants for their arrest.
The multi-layered approach to inspections require boots on the ground, which the agency could use more of. Recruiting remains a priority for Customs. The agency has nearly 200 vacancies, and in recent months, officers have been called upon to help Border Patrol.
It is a challenge, but right now it's something that we have to do. I mean, there is honestly a crisis. If you look at it, when you look at the volume, the number of people that are being detained right now in the Rio Grande Valley and in El Paso sector, it's overwhelming. So it's not uncommon in the past. Both agencies will support each other in a time of need. Right now, Border Patrol is in a time of need, and it's up. We have to go help them. They do the same thing for us. So we just have to adjust our operations. We have to prioritize and then move the resources wherever we set those priorities.
If this is the new normal, how do you adapt to what the future holds?
It's kind of like I said, you set your priorities and then you just ensure that you keep all your stakeholders in mind. So whether it's, making sure that during your top peak traffic periods in passenger, you have as many lanes open as you can to facilitate that. During your top peak periods in cargo, you have as many lanes open as you can. And at the same time, you maintain that very important enforcement posture. So we get really good at robbing Peter to pay Paul, and we get really good at prioritizing. And, considering all the challenges that we face, it's very rare that our stakeholders really feel the impact. For instance, not just when we're supporting other agencies, but when we were furloughed and when all these things were going on, even though we were short-staffed, even though we had so many challenges, we didn't have to really reduce services to the point where it really hurt a lot of our stakeholders. Now, that being said, I know a lot of people would love to see more lanes open. We would too. We're making strides at that. Our hiring process has improved. We've brought on a lot of new people. We got to get them through the academy, through their training, and get them on the line. But it is much better than it's been in years.
You need to continue to bring on people, though. So how long is this sustainable for, given that you are operating at a deficit when it comes to staffing?
Even though we are at a deficit, it's less of a deficit than it was a couple of years ago. So even though we do have vacancies, it's less. So that gives us more people, more boots on the ground for us. We did lose our temporary assigned officers from other areas so they could go help in the El Paso area. However, by then we have had several of our officers through the academy, through our training, and they're hitting the line a few at a time every week, and it is keeping us above water. So we are able to sustain the services that we've been providing, and even though we face a continued challenge, I think we're going to be okay.
Our group also traveled to the DeConcini Port of Entry, where officers continue to process migrants requesting asylum. After touring a part of the facility where cameras were not allowed, with Humphreys we discussed what we saw inside and how it has put a strain on resources.
Number one, our hardworking officers are there in the middle of all of this. They're in close proximity to all those asking for asylum. Number two, our detention areas were built several years ago, and they were designed for short-term detention, and mostly what we got back then were adult males that were in our custody for no more than a few hours, and then they were returned to Mexico. Last week we got an individual who came to us from Honduras saying he was afraid to return to his country, that he'd be persecuted down there. Doing our investigation, we found out that the subject had a felony warrant for rape out of New Orleans, Louisiana, that was committed in 2011.
And you have to balance how you put him with people, well, in custody along with those legitimately seeking asylum.
Right, so the individual wanted for rape, we're not going to put anywhere near family units with small children, pregnant females, any of those vulnerable. So now in a detention area where I normally could house maybe 15 people, I've got to isolate this person. He's a dangerous individual, and we can't afford to place him with anybody else, with a family unit or a juvenile. We've got a bad rap in the media before, and I just, ripping kids from parents' hands, stuff like that. I've seen them go to McDonald's and get Happy Meals for small children who are missing their parent. We didn't, they came to us. We took them into custody. We're caring for their nourishment. We're caring for their medical needs. We're getting them processed as expeditiously as possible, and then we're getting them onto ICE. We're very compassionate. We're very caring.